A temple must definitely have elements that elevate your consciousness, that remind you of the beyond, that take the lowly consciousness to a high point where it becomes receptive. Is it taking you beyond the mundane things that keep circulating in your mind? A temple just cannot be a place where there are some stone carvings and such things. Ideally, today's temples must be great centers of learning, not just a temple where you go and ring the bell and get the prasad. Not a temple where all kinds of superstitions breed. Temple is a place where you are. A temple must definitely have elements that elevate your consciousness. Being at a place, being with elements, being with people, being with structures, being with sights, scenes, sounds, that remind you of the beyond, that take the lowly consciousness to a high point where it becomes receptive to signals from the sky. Are you getting it? That's a temple. So, a temple, first of all, must have those elements. Secondly, wherever those elements are present, that place is a temple, even if you call it by some other name. Are you getting it? So look at the effect the whole situation, the whole arrangement, the whole architecture is having on you. Is it taking you beyond the mundane things that keep circulating in your mind? If yes, then it deserves to be called a temple. If no, then it is just another place. Entertaining, probably. Imposing, probably. But not elevating. The aspect of elevation is central. Temple is a place where you are elevated. If you are not being elevated, the place is not a temple. And if you are being elevated in some place, that place is most definitely a temple. Are you getting it? So, ideally, today's temples must be great centers of learning. Temples must be spiritual universities. A temple just cannot be a place where there are some stone carvings and such things. Real education has to be imparted in temples. That's elevation of consciousness, no? Temples have to be centers of not only education in scriptures, they must also be centers where education is imparted in arts and sciences. Because unless you are scientific, it will be very difficult for you in today's age to be really spiritual. In fact, I have this vision. Vishranti was organized in Udaipur in the month of February. So, I was with Anshu one night till very late, 2, 3. And we saw a temple on a hilltop. And I said, one day, it is possible that we will raise a real temple. Not just a temple where you go and ring the bell and get the prasad. Not a temple where all kinds of superstitions breed. But a temple that would be a center of real scientific research, a place where fine arts find great expression, a place where human consciousness is refined, broadened, elevated in all possible ways. I remember I said to him that in a temple there must be a center of contemporary studies, where one is taught about all the current worldly issues. A temple must really be a university in the purest sense of the word. Great creativity must arise out of a temple. A temple must be a place where great ideas are discussed. A temple must be a place of conversation and healthy debate. Great scholars from all directions and dimensions must converge in the temple. When people go to a temple, they must return enriched. You are able to listen to a profound lecture or to an animated debate. You come to know of things that you otherwise do not know. Economics is being discussed, geopolitics is being discussed. The recent cutting edge and great advancement in physics are being discussed. There are physicists, there are medical researchers, there are geologists, there are cosmologists, and they all are present in the temple. That's what a temple must really be like. And obviously, when I say all that, the foundation of the temple has to be mystical. I'm only talking of those things that are currently missing in temples. I must correct myself. Actually, mystics too are missing in temples, so I must talk of them as well. So when consciousness is raised, only then it becomes capable of transcending into the mystical dimension. Consciousness, under the burden of gravitation, with all its shackles, cannot fly away, cannot gain freedom from the worldly entanglements. First of all, it must gain clarity with respect to the world. When there is clarity and knowledge with respect to the world, only then there is a possibility of going beyond the world. So temple must first of all be a place of knowledge, then a place of learning, and then a place of mysticism. It has to be a composite thing. Right? One day, God willing, we'll come up with such a temple. Let's see. How would it be to, find a lab of nuclear physics in one side, in one quarter, and an aggregation of the world's best dancers on the other side, both in the same campus? How would it be? Live long, everybody, to see that day. I hope I also live long enough to see that day.